Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, September 16th, 2015. My name is Cliff Backus, and this is your pushbuttonstocktrading.com daily video market review. Market staged a big old weak rally yesterday. While all the indexes that we follow were up at least 1%, trading volume was weak. Volume was below average on both the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. Volume on the New York Stock Exchange was below Monday's week levels. This is not the type of advance that inspires confidence in bulls. That noted, the IBD 8585 index yesterday became the first of the indices that we follow to go back to a buy signal. The IBD 8585 is trading at least 1% above its upwardly sloping 21-day exponential moving average and its 10-day simple moving average. This is our definition of a buy signal. It should also be noted that we get our primary signals on our market timing model from either the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. So a buy signal generated by the 8585 does not change our market timing model, which remains on a primary sell signal with an aggressive buy as a secondary signal. What this means is most traders should continue to maintain stops at their tightest levels, continuing to accumulate cash and perhaps hedging their portfolios with contra ETFs. However, our most aggressive traders can begin to selectively buy, keeping in mind that the primary signal is to sell. The O'Neill timing model is indicating an uptrend under pressure. Since O'Neill's confirmation of the current rally, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ have one distribution day each. The recent market volatility seems to be abating somewhat, and we're beginning to see some constructive bases in leading stocks, which is bullish. That noted, with the major averages having fallen so far below their 200-day moving averages, it's likely this market will retest the recent lows. Be careful with any entries and keep your stops in place. Advancing issues bettered decliners by better than 2 to 1 yesterday. While not looking healthy, the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline line suddenly looks a lot less bearish. New lows bettered new highs by about 5 to 2. Large cap stocks outperformed small yesterday, but small caps are outperforming on a 10-day moving average basis, which is more typical of a bull market. Our market momentum model is indicating recent momentum is to the upside. Our swing timing model is indicating a neutral condition in the market. The market remains squirrely. For now, we should continue to err on the side of caution. This market's going to continue to be volatile and prone to whipsaw for a while. Again, we're on a primary sell signal while our secondary signal is aggressive buy. An aggressive buy signal means that only the most aggressive traders should venture back into the market on the long side. Our underlying market timing signal is sell for conservative traders. Be careful. Okay. What we're looking at here is Moody's list of 177 industry groups sorted in HGSI, high growth stock investors, by 5-day percentage price change. The reason that we look at this is that by noting where the strength in the market is on a daily basis, we can get an idea of where the power in the market is rotating to. The basic premise of momentum trading, which is what we're doing here, is that we need to identify where the power in the market is and get out in front of it. So let's see where the strength in the market's been in the past week. Over the past 5 days, engineering services have been up 6.6%. Renewable energy project development has been up 4.2%. Financial services up 3.6%. Biotech up 3.4%. And the trucking index has been up 3.4% over the past 5 trading days. Trucking, airlines, transportation seems to be strong here. It's worth keeping an eye on. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ composite. The NASDAQ yesterday traded higher, taking out resistance in the 48.37 area. And so we're just going to take that resistance line out of there. And Taking a little bit closer look at the NASDAQ. Yesterday we were up 54.76 points or 1.14%. NASDAQ closed at 4860. Trading volume was heavier than the prior day, giving us an accumulation day, but was significantly below average daily. For you followers of William O'Neill, we are indicating an uptrend under pressure. We have been in a confirmed uptrend since September 8th. We have one distribution day since that confirmed uptrend call. Right now the NASDAQ is bracketed by support down here in the 4292 area and resistance up here in the 4900 range. NASDAQ is on a sell signal, but we have an aggressive buy signal on the NASDAQ, which indicates that aggressive traders can look at stocks on the long side, but more conservative traders will want to continue to accumulate cash and maybe hedge their portfolios with contra ETFs. Let's take a look at what the S&P 500 is up to. S&P yesterday was up 25.06 points or 1.28%. It closed at 1978. Trading volume was below the prior day and was also significantly below average daily. The S&P is indicating an uptrend under pressure. Right now we are bracketed by support down here in the 1867 area and resistance up here in the 1993 range. The S&P 500 is also on a sell signal with an aggressive buy as a secondary signal. Let's take a look at some stocks that we may be interested in watching, but before we do, just a note. All of the individual stocks that we talk about in our video market reviews are from our universal watch list, which you can view by going to the pushbuttonstocktrading.com homepage and clicking on blogs, then daily spreadsheet, and then clicking on the link. Depending on the operating system you're running, you may need to click on a dialog box to open the spreadsheet. Once the spreadsheet's open, you simply go down to the Universal Watch List tab, click on the tab, and that will bring up our Universal Watch List. To qualify for our Universal Watch List, a stock has to have satisfied at least 72% of our stringent technical and fundamental criteria, and continue to satisfy at least 62%. Out of our trading universe of over 7,000 stocks, there are generally only about 50 to 90 stocks that meet these strict criteria and make our universal watch list. These are the only stocks we review in our daily video market review, and for the most part, they're the only stocks that we use in our trading strategies. Before we go on, I want to go back and take a quick look at the NASDAQ Composite. The NASDAQ Composite right now is trading above its 21-day exponential moving average and is trading above its 10-day simple moving average, which we show here in green. Right here, we have in this dotted gray line an envelope that brackets the 21-day exponential moving average by 1%. Our definition of a buy signal on the market is when either the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ Composite trades at least 1% above its upwardly sloping 21-day exponential moving average and its upwardly sloping 10-day simple moving average. This envelope is 1% above the 21-day exponential moving average. As you can see, NASDAQ is very close to taking out that upper envelope, which means that we're very close to a buy signal on the market at this point. That said, I want to take a look at some stocks that are acting well here that, if we go to a buy signal on the market, might be setting up for a buy. First is ABMD. ABMD develops medical devices designed to assist or replace the pumping action of the heart. We've looked at this one quite a bit over the past few weeks. ABMD's in a fairly late stage base. It's in a third stage base, and so we want to be a little bit cautious with it. It's taken out its recent trend line and so can be bought by very aggressive traders. ABMD has a pivot point of 110.68 and gets a 72% checklist rating. This may be a good place to look in the event that we get a buy signal on the market. Anchor Pharmaceuticals, also in a late stage base. It's also in a third stage base, and so we want to be a little bit careful. Anchor's putting in this cup-shaped base and may actually be working on a handle right here. We have a pivot point of 156.93 and a checklist rating of 68. Anchor Pharmaceutical develops small molecule therapeutics using proprietary boron chemistry platform to treat fungal and other infections. Maybe an opportunity to pick up some Anchor on a break above this handle if this handle develops over the next 3 days. Otherwise, we're looking at a pivot point of $156.93. Next, we'll look at PRA Health Sciences. PRA is in a second stage base, which is a much better place to be buying a stock than the third stage bases that we've seen. One note, PRA has an average daily volume of only 167,900 shares. Generally, we look for at least 750,000 shares average daily volume, and so this is a very thinly traded stock and could be prone to whipsaws in the event that the market remains volatile. PRA has a pivot point of 44.02, gets a checklist rating of 68. Next, we have Installed Building Products. Installed provides new residential insulation installation services with over 100 locations servicing customers in 48 states. Stock is put in this relatively late fourth stage base. Notice how it's respected its 50-day moving average here. That's a bullish sign. Home builders have been very strong recently in this market, and the suppliers to the home builders, which Installed Building Products is, have also been very strong. Installed has a pivot point of 29.97, gets an 80% checklist rating. The reason that I keep a fourth stage base on this buy list right now is because it does get an 80% checklist rating, which is a very high rating. Installed Building Products may be worth keeping an eye on in the event that we go to a buy signal. And finally, Virgin America is a low-cost airline offering premium services with scheduled air travel in the continental United States and Mexico. It's a relatively new IPO. It came out in November of 2014 and is putting in a first stage base here. Virgin has a pivot point of 3670. It's in a first stage base, which makes it an attractive buy. The airline industry, all the transportation stocks have been acting well recently as a result of lower oil prices. Virgin gets a 76% checklist rating, and we have this trend line, which may provide a good early entry point in the event that our primary timing signal goes to a buy. That's about all I have for today. If you want to talk about any of the stocks mentioned today or any of our market strategies, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email, or make an appointment. Come by the office, see what we're up to. Contact information is on the home page. For daily access to our model portfolios, trade updates, and more up-to-date information on our trading strategies, please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. You can also follow us on Twitter at PushButtonStock. Again, my name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned for our important disclaimers. All the best. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohannes & Liqueurs Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohannes & Liqueurs, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohannes & Liqueurs Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohannes & Liqueurs Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources, except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohannes & Liqueurs, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries and/or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push-button stock trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push-button stock trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push-button stock trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of push-button stock trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of push-button stock trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.